All right. Hello again. So let's talk about the nature of work, right? And I want to do this contrast between those two types of productive systems, right? So in the green side, we have the replication work or the replication world. So an example would be a kitchen in a restaurant that produces meals, right? The cook is working in the green world. The output of the cook's work is meals, right? So we are concerned with producing items, right? On the other hand, on the blue world, the example would be the chef that creates the recipes, right? So a chef, the output of their work is not exactly meals, but information, right? So in the green world, every item must be the same, right? You order a Big Mac today and you order tomorrow. You want the same Big Mac, right? You don't want variability. Variability is bad. If you see variability, you should look for something wrong in the process, right? On the other hand, when you are creating recipes, there is no value in creating the same recipe. So variability is natural and necessary for that, right? Every recipe that you want to create is different recipe. So in the green world, we use processes that we call prescriptive processes, right? It's the kind of process that you can draw in a sequence like this. You have an input, then you do this, then you do that, and then you do something else, and you get an output. And with that output, someone is happy, right? But on the creation world, you really need an empirical kind of process where you get the input, you do something, you get an output, and then that output gives you information about how close you are to your goal, and that information like feeds back to the start of your process, and you do that all over again, right? So the textbook example of something really trivial with the empirical process is a shower, right? You go to a hotel that you've never been, you go take a shower. So what is the process for you to calibrate the amount of water and the right temperature, right? It's not something like, okay, here's the thermometer, that's the temperature. I'm going to apply a mathematical formula that will give me how many degrees I need to turn the knob. No, that's not it, right? You open the shower a little bit, you feel the temperature, and if it's too cold, maybe you close it a little bit and make it a little warmer, and then you fill it again, right? And you keep adjusting the temperature, but you need to look at the output of what you did to make a decision what you're going to do next, right? So it's the scientific method in a loop, right? And in the green world, effectiveness is a given, and your goal is efficiency. So what does that mean? What's the difference between effectiveness and efficiency? Effectiveness is solving the problem, right? I want to kill an ant. I'm gonna use a bazooka. The ant is dead. So I was effective. But not efficient because it's too expensive to use a bazooka to kill an ant, right? So efficiency is doing it fast, doing it cheap, doing it right? So that's the difference between effectiveness and efficiency. And what this means is, okay, we know what we want. We want a Big Mac, right? There is no question about it. Effectiveness is a given. We know it, right? The goal is to produce it faster, to produce it cheaper, and to sell more of it. So the goal is to be efficient, right? And in the blue world, it's flipped up. It's flipped around, right? As soon as you know what you need to do, doing it is easy, right? But how much salt should I add to the sauce that goes into the on top of the meat? Well, I don't know. I need to figure that out. I need to test it, right? So if you knew, efficiency would be a given, but it don't, right? So the goal is to find the right information. The goal is to be effective, right? And so the history of management comes from the green world, right? Like humanity, we learned to be efficient, to do good management practices for the green world because we come from the Industrial Revolution, right? And then more recently, in the last 20, 30, 40 years, we had to move into the information age, right? So knowledge work became more important in our everyday lives, and we tried to apply the ideas and practices for management from the green world into the blue world, and it's not really a good fit, right? Because the management practices here are meant to optimize efficiency. And here we really need to optimize effectiveness, right? So not a good fit. We need some changes to those practices, right? So we need less focus on efficiency and more focus on effectiveness, right? So we need a new mindset. We need the effectiveness mindset. We need to let go of the efficiency mindset that we are kind of accustomed to it, and we need to embrace the effectiveness mindset, right? So, so here's a quote from Peter Drucker, another management guru. He's saying, what is the major problem? Is fundamentally the confusion between effectiveness and efficiency. That stands between doing the right things, effectiveness, and doing things right, efficiency. There's surely nothing quite so useless as doing with great efficiency what should not be done at all, right? So, like this, we wanna function like this, and not like this, right? So, like this, we are always solving the problem with an ever incrementally better solution that still solves the problem. We still get a transportation in every step of the way, right? So here, let me translate this blue square here. So how do we do the effective mindset, right? We need to embrace the idea that all the options involved in a decision are hypotheses, are assumptions, and that we only know if we made the right decision when we can evaluate the effectiveness of that decision. You don't know before, you only know after, right? So what we do about that? We accept it, right? We accept it. There's no way. You need to do something before you can know something, right? And the thing you did is most likely going to be the wrong thing, but probably not completely wrong, but you only know what parts are wrong, what parts are right when you can evaluate the result of it. And then the second thing is, okay, I accept that I'm going to make mistakes. So what do I do about this? Well, you make it so that you can make mistakes and recover from them very quickly, right? So being able to validate very fast if the option you chose was the right one or not. And if you realize there was a better option, then you can adjust your decision very fast before the change is propagates the error forward, right? So this is the it says the formula of effectiveness, right? There's what is the formula for being effective? So you need to minimize the time that it takes from a hypothesis or an assumption becoming a fact or a validated information, right? Minimize the time between the appearance of a hypothesis and its validation. That's how you make, how you embrace the effectiveness mindset, right? You accept that you're gonna miss the target, and then you organize your life, your process, your practices, your mind, right, around the fact that, okay, I'm gonna miss. How do I make so that I miss fast enough and I can quickly correct my aim so I can start to hit the target, right? That's the effectiveness mindset. All right. Okay. So next video we are going to talk about the system thinking. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back.